We're here. We're queer. We don't want any more bears. Test. The Elder Scrolls, if you will. Test. Alright. Great stuff. Welcome back to Wasted Wednesday, where a man comes. I'm sure he does other stuff too, but he mostly comes. As much as YouTube allows, anyway. Right, so we are playing Daggerfall. The reason I'm starting early without even starting up the game yet is because, quite honestly, I do not know how well this fucker will work. So, start. Fingers crossed, DOS box. And we get really loud opening. Yeah, really loud opening, cool. Load save game. And we get... No! That shit. That shit up there. Look at that corner bullshit. I want the game down the fucking angle. What am I, Brett Keane? Oh, no. We need to correct this. This tragedy. We're at the game capture and try this. And of course, now you actually have to end the DOS box because it's minimized like this. Ain't this fun? Let's try it again. It's not the capture itself, it's a DOS box. This comes up in a little corner screen. Like we're fucking peasants. See? No. Shizer. Fuck it. You know what? It's my second show of the evening. I'm drunk enough not to give enough of a tit. Full screen? Full screen? What the fuck do you think? Oh, that's full screen, is it? Alright, one good thing came out of this. The means of my success. Right. So, I want to walk from Yuckalon, from Hawksmith Manor, right? I'm gonna save here. Oh, you gotta love that music. Yes. Wait, what you know. That's the game. Now, the thing I can do at this point is be annoyed that it keeps on showing my desktop. Be super pissed off at... I gotta move chat anyway. That's all I can do. See that box there? That's all I can fucking do. Why? Because of DOSBox. And no, you can't minimize and maximize DOSBox. DOSBox doesn't work like that. Why? I don't know. Communism? The rise of Wahadi sex in the Middle East? I don't fucking know. The important thing is, the top corner is the best I can give you. And yes, that makes me angry. Hey there, Bill. Now, We are here, and my end goal is, say, here. The old how do you even pronounce that? Colorfall's Hovel, right? Now, yes, this might be one of the biggest games ever made, but through the power of pressing the number 1, we can make anything happen if we believe in it. And yes, I'm turning the music off. I mean, Jesus Christ. You honestly think I am going to go through that shit? This is a poor choice of my day. So, I think we're outside this town now. This is where the timer starts, and will stop when I get to my destination. So, this is going to be shite looking. All I can do is keep you distracted with the power of the... You can't even turn off all music? You actually can't. Can you believe that shit? This, by the way, is the entirety of the game. I'm not even kidding. When I said, do I have the balls to pull this shit off, the answer is yes. Yes, I do. You see, I believe in myself. The question is, do you believe in me? Will I be playing the game? Fuck no. Not at all. So come and go as you please. I will be here, getting drunk, hopefully talking to the chat. We're currently at 1 minute 15. Eventually, we will hit the coast. I have no idea how long this is going to take. Don't even know where I am. About maybe a fifth through the first province. Out of 3 before I even get halfway. This might not take as long as y'all think. But I really mean that. I'm going to go and... I'm just going to do this. I don't know how long the... before the landscape changes. I don't know if I'm going to run across enemies. If I do, I'm probably going to die. I mean, there's no way to way around it. Combat in this game sucks tits. Above all else, feel sorry for my finger. It might be holding down the up key for a long time. Anyway, to pass the time, let's talk about something pretty fun. That is to say, bullshit. That is to say, Bethesda. Fuck you, Bethesda. I want to see my goddamn next Elder Scrolls game. Real Elder Scrolls game, not online and not Blades. Give me more information about Fallout 6. The hills have stopped at least. We're nearly 5 minutes in. Eventually I'll find something heavy just to put down on the damn button. If they ever remade this game, I would fucking love it. Instead of rum vodka. Hey, that works, man. Do you like pina coladas? Do you like getting drunk in the rain? No one likes being in the rain, but I like getting drunk. Alright, at the 10-minute mark, I'll check the map real quick. What I don't like about this DOSBox version is that you can't even, it isn't even like clipped into the proper corner of the screen. Like you can't see all 3 bars, you can only see 2 bars. This is very low energy stuff. Okay, we're at 5 minutes 30 seconds. I didn't actually see what the average is, but then again, I can't apply to that, can I? I'm currently using a cheat. I'm at 5 times speed. I imagine anything more than that would... There we are. I put my old watch on top of that. Ah. Now this is more like it. Why can't all Elder Scrolls games work like this? I'll tell you why. Because they started creating games of quality and... no. Ah! Alert! Alert! Drink spilled! The manliest scream you ever heard. Scheiße. Well, good thing I'm not holding down the fucking controller. I've got shit to do. Last thing I need now is my keyboard to fuck up. I'm halfway through the first province. So I go Yekla, Dana, Anna, whatever the fuck that is. Anna had a hearts, I don't know. Shout out to Anna had a hearts. Awesome lady. Already at 10 minutes now. Yes, folks, this is everything it is. Look at the beauty of it. Look at the level of quality that low energy video brings to you. I mean, there's quality, and then there's a low energy quality. Okay? I'm here wiping alcohol from my fucking keyboard while only 1/4 of the screen shows the game I want. And the whole premise of this is fucking ridiculous anyway. I mean, oh boy, you are not prepared for this level of low energy, let me tell you. Some of you have been criticizing, saying my low energiness is being turned into high energiness. Oh no. Oh no, no, I've been biding my time. Planning. and scheming. Seriously, fuck this little screen in the corner. I feel more ghetto than ghetto. Now, if this was me doing a speed run, I'd be kind of happy. Because I'd be cheating. What game of the classic Elder Scrolls did you play full screen once? Arena, wasn't it? It was either Arena, or I somehow got this to work, and I don't remember how that shit would have happened. I know I played Morrowind properly on screen. And Redguard too. Thing is that this DOS box won't let me scroll. It won't let me scale the video. So if I can't alter the DOS box, I'd have to go into the actual file of the actual program itself and alter that. And I have no idea how to do that. What ratio are we talking about here? I barely even remember what my one is. It's a very awkward one. This screen is very awkward as a rule. I mean, it's full screen on mine. That's the thing. Besides that, Oblivion and obviously Skyrim. I'll be getting back into Skyrim soon because I'm getting my hankering back for Skyrim. I did this one night while just watching shit on YouTube on my TV. I ran, and that's how I knew I could pull this shit off. And since then I'm like, hey, it's nearly 12 minutes now. I've literally given you 12 minutes of this. The most interesting thing that's happened so far is I have spilled some of my vodka and coke. And wow, did I spin it on the screen or what? Jesus. Now we shall pass the time in merry revelment. Revelment. That's the word I'm going for. Revelment. In theory, I will eventually run to the ocean. And that's when I hop over onto a boat, and then I hop over onto... Because everyone's always heard about the size of Daggerfall, but not a lot of people have actually gone and done it. Well, just like next year, I will be wandering across America via Greyhound. I am going to go and actually do it. I'm going to go from one side of Daggerfall to the other, which technically is not true. I'm going from Daggerfall down to Sentinel. They're not the same places. I am, however, about to cross... I am now entering Grimlick. See? See? See what I mean? No! No, 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 no. Oh, God. This adds a flavour to it. There we are. We're back on the South Pass. You see? You see, folks? You can actually walk from place to place. It was in doubt because a lot of people thought you walked over the area on the map and then you just didn't have to pay any coin. But as it is, yeah. you walk. And you walk hard, too. Like, look how long that took me to get to my first town. Out of curiosity... Oh, well, I wasn't aiming for a town. I started up here. Where is it? There. Hawksmith Manor. That's where I started off. I'm now here, and it is currently 14 minutes. This is potato level quality. This is YouTube 2009 level quality, and it is all mine. I own it. I own it and control it, and there is nothing I can do about it. I said I'd do this in Daggerfall, and short of a power outage or a computer failure, that's what's going to happen. When my character goes to sleep, by the way, he's going to fucking have he's going to have like a 5,000,000% increase in his running ability. Yeah, this is it. I think we've now entered a secondary county. So we're in the first of 3 counties this side of the Iliac Bay. So we've just finished the first, so now we're on the second. If this makes you feel bored, well then, fuck off. Royally. With my blessings, too, because you want to go off and pursue your own pleasures. How the hell could I wish you anything no than that? Unless you want to go to watch Logan Paul videos, in which case I'll just stare at you blankly. More vodka. Like the cleaning of a house, it never ends. There I am. Look at us, making real progress. It's killing time though, so. We'll be there in no time. Although, any smart motherfucker can figure out how long it takes because this is 5 times speed it's been set at. Which means at the end of this, I will give you the time it takes and the time it's been spent. As a result, we'll see, won't we? You know what'd be nice? A fucking tree, or a shrub, or anything. Maybe the next county ought to provide it. Yeah. I'm trying to think what it sounds like, and it sounds like a World War I machine gun. does. Sounds like a Browning submachine gun or some shit like that. In a minute we shall check to see where we are on the map. Won't that be fun, kids? I wonder if anyone has plotted a path that is exactly straight. Ah, Evan! This is the largest game in the world, which means proportionally, the bad guys come at different angles. Now, tonight's show, I swear to fucking God, is me going from here to here. And I am currently here. I am, now for the record, you actually do walk into these areas, as we proved a few minutes earlier. I walked into a town that was literally right in my fucking path. But, the fact is, this whole episode is me walking from the top all the way down to the bottom. And I'm timing it. We're currently at 20 minutes. I know. I wouldn't blame if this video got -1 views. But I want to fucking do it. I want to see it myself. That's why I'm putting up with this terrible perspective bullshit. I can't even alter shit now, you know, because if I were to exit the screen and then bring it back in, it would just it would make it even worse. If that's hard to believe, if that's not hard to believe. This is literally me talking to you guys. So I don't know, someone take a hit of acid and just sit back, you know? We're gonna be here for a little bit longer than that again before we get on the boat. And then when we get on the boat, we'll do this all with a desert motif, perhaps deserty mountains. And then when we get to the location, I'm going to have my character go to sleep, and we'll see what his character level will become. Because that level goes by sleeping. Oh, speaking of Doritos, these were on sale, so I picked them up for €1. Collisions. Honey glaze with lemon blast. I'm now hungry, but I wouldn't mind saying no to trying them. Whoa. There it is. Lemon. Lemon. Damn. That's a crisp that makes you pay attention. Honey. Ooh. Ooh. They'll get me to my grave quicker rather than lesser, but fuck it. Can I thank earlier the donation I got? Yes, of course I can, because it's my fucking show. I can thank whoever the hell I want to thank. Can I thank Pol Pot? And can I thank Bill O'Reilly? Onision? I fucking love you, Onision. Yeah, I love you. Whoa! What the fuck did I just walk through? There was something! Oh man, trees! Wildlife! Oh, I must be really nearby a town. Right on the outskirts. I'm not stopping my fucking momentum. My character is running. Now here's the thing, I will no, here we are, more trees! 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 Nature! Oh, that's gone. But yeah, thank you. Nice. Ah, the penis, the penis mushrooms. I remember the penis mushrooms. Um, I want to give a huge thanks out to Rose Black for donating in the last one. Seeing that tiny little blue bar go up just a smidge makes all the difference in the world to me. I mean, for example, $15. That's from Denver to no, not Denver. It's from Las Vegas to LA bus. So that's just paid for my bus ride next year. I've seen hostels that were that cheap. I've seen, I think that's a dinner right there. That's a few drinks that right there. So next year I will be appreciating every penny I get this year. Look at these trees! What the fuck, man? Look at this nature! And all the penis mushrooms I can eat. There's no quote unquote snow on top of them though, like the other places. I love back in the day, they were like, should we make a really detailed game or just a really big game? Well, what's easier? Well, we have this computer program that will replicate the same stuff over and over and over again. How about we create a game that has lots of depth? Nah. Why? Well, there's this game called Ultima, and we don't really want to step on their toes. Somewhere a young Todd Howard, without his soul being ripped out of him, goes, I might object to that. Quiet there, Todd. No one cares what you think. Wait for a few more years before you make a Morrowind. Seriously, I think Todd Howard was his best at Morrowind. You know, it was only him and I think 17 other people that finished Morrowind. Now, you could argue the game was not finished, but yeah, because most of the staff was laid off and went home for Christmas. The game was going to be released, and then he's like, nope. It was a genuine passion project, and it paid off. Morrowind is a great game. It's not complete, but it's a great game, and modders have taken over from there. The thing is, that's not a good thing that modders have to take over. But then Oblivion came around, and, well, I love me my Oblivion, but you know my stance on Oblivion is the equivalent of a, oh my god, I'm barely even halfway there yet. Through this one county. I know it's a long county, but Jesus, at least there's trees. At least there's fucking trees. But yeah, no, I always pictured Daggerfall as an experiment that stuck in people's heads. I picture Morrowind as a passion project. I picture Oblivion as, I wouldn't call it their magnum opus because I love that game to death, but Jesus Christ, it has problems. It's a pretty damn good game though, for what it is. Skyrim might be called a magnum opus, but that too has some problems. It has a it's a creature of its time, for starters. I find Skyrim to be a creature best described as responding. And Elder Scrolls, a lot like Diablo or WoW or the big tiers. Never needs to respond to anyone. Like, it's got a lot of filler. This game is nothing but filler. But you could put that down to graphical concerns, memory concerns. There was only so much this game could do. Its job was to have on file the massive world you see before you. I mean, if you want to put this in comparison, actually, do you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? Next time I play an Elder Scrolls game, I am going to go from one side of the map to the other in Morrowind or Oblivion or Skyrim, and I'm going to show you the scale of it and the stuff in between. It's going to be smaller, but there'll be more stuff in it. Because Daggerfall made this colossal mistake that a huge world, and I mean a huge world, I think up to GTA 5 or something like that, it was the largest. Was it the WoW universe? It was the largest game world. I mean, we're half an hour in now, and we're not even a third of our way in. We're going to be here for a long time. Hour 2. It's not going to make much difference, but save for my health bar. Maybe I should just run. I mean, yeah, maybe I'll just run to see which matters more, the health bar or getting to that location. You could say it as a type of psychological challenge. Because the health bar is getting pretty damn low. Oh damn. We could listen to. I could hum it while I'm having my drink to muffle it so YouTube could be like, huh? If there is an active modding community in this game, that's one thing this fucking needs a lot. Roads. This is a game where you will be wandering the bayous and not bayous of this world. And roads kind of are important. Signposts are important. They got that right in Morrowind. Hell, you to get rid of all the mods, and it's your first time playing, you need those signposts to live. Hell, I had free fast travel from the very start with Oblivion, and I still got lost in the Clovian Highlands. Which incidentally is our final destination. Honey or lemon? Let's taste. Honey. Penis mushrooms, but unfortunately, it will never top that one time I was talking to Finn, and the penis mushrooms all had snow on top of them. That was glorious. Lemon. Okay, we're about 3/4 of the way. Eventually we'll enter the county of Denna. And from Denna, we'll then make our way down to the coast. And then cross over into Sentinel. And then from Sentinel, we'll march all the way down to the borders of Cyrodiil. And then that'll be the end of the video. Like I said, this is going to be one low energy stream. And I wouldn't change it for the fucking world. I wouldn't care if some random icon at the bottom of the screen magically appeared saying you haven't updated your Norton antivirus in about 3 weeks. Would you please do so? I'll be like, bitch, I haven't updated my Norton antivirus in well over a year. Not gonna lie, out of all the collisions I've had of those crisps so far, those are my favorite. That's a good blend. Honey smoked, what was it? It's lemon and honey glazed ribs. Tangy and savory. Like, I'm running so fast that the simple computer at the time is desperately trying to keep up. Delicious. I'm not gonna lie, it actually tastes a little bit better than pizza. Can remember to pick those up. Whoa, I made that one strong. I'm gonna remember to pick those ones up again. I wonder if on the maps of like fan-made maps and official maps, do all the forests I'm running through, quote-unquote forests, have names? Like, is this meant to be a forest? Because if it is, at best you could say it looks like the start of a forest. Like, pretty soon, like, there'll be 50 more trees per inch. Instead, it looks like sort of like the clearing at the end of a forest. Look, everyone! I can see the end! The trees, they're breaking out right here. I also feel like I'm a part of like a rail shooter. Like, choo 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 choo. One thing I do kind of miss is the climbing mechanic from this game. That was a pretty useful little skill. You know, if you wanted to hop in and out of cities without being detected. By the way, you can see my health here. The best way I can describe it is my character is starving to death. Which I think at this point, yeah. I mean, how many calories do you imagine my character has been using up so far? Don't worry, big guy. We're almost into the final county. Pretty soon you'll see the ocean. I've never seen the ocean. We'll all see the ocean together. Just like we planned, man. In fact, we're almost at the edge here. Maybe this game is the reason why every other game in the Elder Scrolls games since, not counting Battlespire or Redguard, has mountain ranges that are impassable. I mean, think of it. The only mountains you ever really get to see are the mountains in this hill over here. That you never get to see approach, by the way. It's just a background. That's all it is. This, regardless of what I'm doing here, is a great way of saving money if you want to get from city to city. Because sure, you can just go into any old tomb and do any old job to get money. Or hell, you can invest in properties and banks, you become a landlord and tax people and get interests and... That's all there, it's just... This game is designed to be big. Very, very big. But it was designed at such a time when technology could not really express it. So we end up getting this. This, you could argue, is a ironically small part of the game, but in actual fact, it sums up the game very well. Every NPC you talk to, every quest you'll go on, it'll just be a generic copy and paste. You need to basically create your own character, and other games since then have done it, and frankly better. But what I want is what they've done in terms of quality, but what this game is in terms of quantity. That's what I want, and I know that's a tall order. That's a mighty tall order. People can look at like WoW or Guild Wars or that online version of Final Fantasy, or half a dozen other things, but I don't see it as the same thing. Because those are all online multiplayer games. I want a single player experience as large as this, but as detailed at least as the Skyrim, and if not a lot more. Now, Witcher does an amazing job of making each town you walk into feel unique, and there's a whole lot of them, and they all feel natural. They don't feel all that repetitive, except for the fact that obviously they will, because they're a bunch of farmers and, you know, peat bog collectors, and they're just... It feels like the real countryside, and when you're inside a city, it looks like a proper city. There's a rich part, a poor part, all that stuff. Problem with that one is they've cared less about the actual world around themselves other than spectacle. And instead what they've done with that is they've made it all about story. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love The Witcher, but Bethesda and BioWare were the two games that could have made a universe like this feel fleshed out. BioWare, Andromeda was a piece of shit. Anthem, I hear, is even worse. And as for Bethesda, well, fuck them. Fuck them in the earlobes. We're about to cross over into Anticlair. Hate to say it, but I've actually got to go and find a place to get something to eat. Let's head into Anticlair first. And then find a place along the way. At least I think that's what the red bar indicates. I think the blue bar usually indicates mana. And the bar out of screen, which you can just see my icon doing what it's doing, would be stamina. So yeah, the red bar is getting really low, and something tells me if it gets down to nothing, I'm dead, so... You'd think it would be my stamina bar that would be going down, not my health bar. Maybe it's because I haven't eaten. Or slept. Or whatever. Alright. Nope. Still not there yet. Wait, what? We're nearly an hour in, by the way. We're coming up to 50 minutes. Alright, we'll wait until the 50-minute mark and then find out where the fuck we are. Because apparently we don't appear on the map. Where we're going, we don't need maps. Didn't work for my truck, it won't work for you, mister. What this game needs more is more indication. You are now in this region. You are now in that region. Because these regions fucking matter. At least we get more greenery this time around. When we hit Sentinel, oh no. Oh no. Okay. Now I'm not in here anymore. So here we are. Right. Only want towns. Well, there is a town. Well, there is an inn right here. But I'm way up here. Oh no, 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 no fast travel. Well, yeah. I want you to show me where I am. Behold, the best Elder Scroll game ever. You don't even know where you are. You just have the vague reckoning. You are here. No, 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 I'm not. You just make an endless fucking void. I'm around here somewhere. I gotta get to a, get to a town of some kind. One thing I don't like is the way the blinker just stops after a while. Apparently, eventually I'll hit something called West Market. Well, that sounded clear. Okay. If I keep on running like this, I'll eventually hit a place called West Market. That one town I passed through and I kind of had to dodge and duck and all that shit. I probably will have to, if I was smart, what I'd have had to do was just stop at that place. I really also don't want to break my flow, though. That's the only thing. We're entering the burning tree of... Whoa, 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 we have a reference point now. The burning tree. You want to travel to the burning tree of Mara? No. Okay, I'm here. Ashley Court. West Market. So if I continue on down, I will eventually hit West Market. There's nothing else to it. I don't want my character to die. I've suffered too much along this way. There was that time that building blocked the path. Another time I spilt alcohol over my keyboard. No, no, we're in this for the long haul. Speaking of, we're nearly an hour in. Can you fucking believe that? Imagine if I did my 24-hour stream like this. At normal speed. This is 5 times speed. What? Headstone. The fall over the headstone. Okay. If I keep on heading down this path, I will eventually hit this town. This town will give me something like a bit of bread, or I don't fucking care. And I'll steal some of my gear, seeing I'm not actually fighting. I might even run faster. According to this, by the way, it's only now becoming evening time. So I've only been running for 1 day. So does that mean I can run half of England in 1 day? Because this game implies that it's the size of England, not the size of Britain. So not from Land's End up to John O'Groats, but rather it's the size of England. So from Land's End, sorry there Cornwall, I love you to death, but you're a part of England, up to, say, Newcastle. Oh, Jay's jump. That's right. Look at that. Whee! It makes no real difference. Of course, that is my stamina. Are you saying I passed Westmart? Shit. Alright. Fuck it. I know, right? And look, by doing that, my health is good again. Do you know what that means? I don't need to pay a penny. Onwards, Christian soldiers! Marching out for war! At least we got ourselves a new, a new something. Right, we're in Westmart right now. Where the fuck is Westmart? Westmart. Okay, fuck it. Can't be too far from the coast now. We're on a coastal province after all. It's only rain. Ah, no. Yeah. Right there, I thought the stopwatch had stopped. We're almost an hour in now, folks. Probably the other one will take about an hour again, so that means 2 hours? No. Because in reality, I won't get there. No, it doesn't seem to be affecting me. And I'm not seeing any sort of reference to... Sean! 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 And you can play the rest of the game with him shouting that line out. So what do you think about Sean? Sean! Detroit Becoming Human is mostly about emotion. Yeah. 1010. Dude, there was someone back there! I fucking saw that! There was a person. Who was he? A bandit? Oh man. An actual person. This gets better and better. Okay, we're coming close to the Silver Fairy and... Oh no, it's coming down pretty heavily. Fuck that shit. A real man keeps on running. You know what? There are YouTubers that claim to have burnout. I had burnout last year. But I swear to fucking Christ, sometimes the content does make itself. And here we are. I don't care if this gets a single more view than it already has. I really fucking don't. I wouldn't blame a single soul, because after all, this is fucking boring as shit. The only way this would be more interesting, as it would be if, for starters, somebody has starts like a massive discussion in the chat. But even then, like, not all that interesting in and of itself. But I don't fucking care. I'm posting this shit up because, quite honestly, I wanted to see my character run from the top of the map to the bottom of the map the second I realized that I could do 5k. 5x speed, I should say. I've done a lot more than 5 kilometers now. Speaking of, I need to come up with the solution. If there's no outright map, like if the map doesn't suddenly magically end at the shoreline. Here we are. We're almost at the coast now. In theory, we should see an ocean. In reality, well, this game might surprise us, but a lack of an ocean. Ocean. Here's one of the big major things of this whole game. Will there or will there not be a a big water blockage at the end of this? Ocean, 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 ocean. That's a bad sign. Guess I'm here. somewhere in this ball sack era, area, this ball sack era. I would hate to have lived in the ball sack era. I don't know about you. Ooh, marsh. Fell into a marsh for the first time. On the off chance that Evan's here. We're almost there now, man. Ooh, marshland. Marshland. Water. Water everywhere. Wait a minute, you can't swim across the Illic Bay, can you? Whoa! Map change, suddenly. Oh my god, you can. Well, I just gotta, don't I? I just gotta. I just genuinely have to. I have to swim now. From Daggerfall to I mean, if this was if this was a later Elder Scrolls game, I'd turn it back around and there would be, like, there'd be some sort of sign. Hell, if I was playing Just Cause, I'd know. I'm probably around here somewhere. No. My character would die long before that. Let's land in Pantalon. Took me 2 weeks by boat, by the way. East? Fuck that shit. We're heading south, baby. Okay, we have now entered here. It took us an hour and 13 minutes. We're going from here. Probably should have landed somewhere else. I mean, that's actually something I noticed in the Dragon Ball Born DLC of Skyrim. You can see the Vardenfell. You can see the Red Mountain very easily from the whole island. So, by that logic, you could hop on... Hell, you don't need a boat, you could swim. Your character could swim to that island and be in Morrowind 3 in like a few seconds. It's the same logic of when you're in the Mojave Wasteland and you're at the Mojave Outpost. and behind those gates is the long 15. Well, if you take the long 15 down, you will very quickly end up in LA. There's not much between the Mojave Outpost and LA. So why the courier has got an option to just walk back to California is beyond me. Oh, he's looking for the man who shot him or her. So the fuck what? Oh fuck, I was scared there for a minute. Whoa! Town! Real town! Real fucking town with walls and everything. Okay. Okay. Hello, random people with no eyes. This is a fucking jarring change of events. It's the Wanderer! He wanders from province to province, pointing out flaws between games. Run away! I need not what your town has to offer. I move south into the distant wastelands of Cyrodiil, the home of the most powerful empire in the world. That makes no sense. I mean, at the speed my character is doing shit, you could get from one side of the entire continent to another. Three weeks? On foot for the most part? Oh, me too. I like, but I always like setting up the whole world perfectly for the NCR, whatever faction I support. Obviously the game is designed that when you turn north, you're hit by a wall of death claws and, more shockingly in my opinion, cazadors, because you can actually sneak by the death claws surprisingly easy if your sneak is high enough. You simply, okay, here's the, whoa! That escalated quickly. Yeah, and it's the really fancy one as well. Alright, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just move south of this fucking peninsula. The Savage Guard Inn. Available gold 4. You have entered the Savage Guard Inn. Whoop de fucking do. Yeah, the White Glove Society. They're trying to get over their cannibalistic path, and you can help them along, you can slaughter them, you can do a lot of different things, but the fact of the matter is that the White Gloves overall aren't dicks. There's just like a hardcore society. What I'd want to do is I want an option where you can kill that hardcore society, where you can just, you know, convince them that you have a human ready to eat, and then when they show up you just blow out their brains. Everyone else shows them, goes like, what's going on here? And then you show them a bunch of evidence and they're like, oh, well, we'll pretend this didn't happen. You're welcome to stay around. I guess we're going to be good guys now. Neat. I didn't like the way Vault 21 clearly had signs that it was meant to be a casino, but it can't be a casino. I didn't like that. Oh, one of the creators of Fallout 2 helped set the basics down for Fallout New Vegas and then got kicked off the team. A few years ago he created a mod and released it on the Mojave script editor on how he would have envisioned it. And there's a few interesting things. For starters, your Pip-Boy wasn't going to be on your arm. You'd actually be holding it, like in the first one. Fucking love that. I don't know why. It's just this data slot you'd bring out, like a tablet, and you're just picking out shit, and there's this great picture of it. and your character is trying to like use the Pip-Boy while there's like a mortar happening on him, and it's like a really cool little moment. He wanted the Gunrunner's Arsenal, the packs that you'd buy in on the stores back in the day, like the tribal pack and the caravaner pack. He'd want them gone because those cazadors and those Deathclaws will be far easier to kill. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still really hard to do that shit. But you are at the exact same time, if you're really committed and you know what the fuck you're doing, you can kill off the entire nest of rad scorpions, then cazadors, then probably at least one or two deathclaws, and fire geckos too, before you get to fiend territory. And once you hit fiend territory, despite the fact there are fiends everywhere with guns, that's fine because you can easily avoid them and get to fast travel locations that will just then immediately take you into New Vegas itself, where you can kill Benny off super quick. That's your character motivation done. There is, other than pure curiosity, there is no reason for the courier to stick around after they gain vengeance on Benny. And who's to say your character would even want to kill Benny? Like, he steals the chip, shoots you, you come back to life, and you want to go further into this bullshit? No, I'd turn right back around. I'd go straight down into past Prim, into the Mojave Wasteland, at the Mojave Wasteland, past the Mojave Outpost, down the long 15 that you see in Lonesome Road, and straight into Dayglow and the places from Fallout 2 and get on with my life. I wouldn't give a shit. That's what most people would do. Or hell, they'd head up north and go into Zion. You know, they would just... They wouldn't go and make alliances with the Boomers, or with Caesar's Legion, or the Brotherhood of Steel, or take out a bunch of supermutants. It doesn't make as much sense as, say, your whole family is being held hostage by the Enclave, or the water chip in your vault is dying off, or you have to find your dad. Like, I buy those motivations. You have to find your child. Even Fallout 4 has a better motivation than the Mojave, the Courier motivation has. And yet it is my favourite Fallout game. I love the mechanics. I love the rigid positioning. I mean, there's no way around it. If you ever want to play an easy mode on New Vegas, you side with Caesar. And the best way to side with Caesar is just to kill everyone. Just take their stuff. And I mean everyone. Side with the Brotherhood and convince them to get slaughtered by the NCR. Side with the Powder Gangers. You know, support Tabitha to go absolutely batshit crazy. There's a lot you can do. Meanwhile, if you want to side with President Eden in Fallout 3, the game still counts it as you didn't make that choice. And it's fucking stupid. Because you wake up and there's Elder Lions. I toggle God mode, ED, and slaughter Caesar. You don't need ED to be God moded. You just need to survival mode off. That's all. Hell, you don't really even need to. I know this game enough now that you don't need God mode to kill Caesar. The only time Caesar is a real threat is in his bunk the second you get through the door. The best character to bring in is Boone, but Boone is paper up close. So when you walk in through Caesar's tent, you're faced with two Praetorians either side with power fists, solely put there to do this very task. A bunch of dogs, a couple of more Praetorians, and Caesar. Your job is to immediately, the second you walk in through that door, go into Vats, target Caesar with a missile launcher, not a fat boy, because they lob, and that will clip the top of the tent. Your job is to fire a rocket from a rocket launcher. Usually the rocket launcher you find in Black Mountain, Annabelle, because when you restore that with a weapons kit or other rocket launchers or a repair person, it is one of the best weapons in the game if you have the perks for it. High explosives, good aim, things like that. So you fire it. He's stunned because all his limbs will be immediately crippled when you hit him, as well as the people around him. Boone will probably hit the person behind you. For some reason, Boone never attacks the person right next to him. You're mine. But instead he just turns over your shoulder and takes pot shots at the people against you. After that, you move forward. It starts a huge melee. My advice is to save just outside it. Bring tons of stim packs. That's it, actually. That is one of the hardest parts in the entire game, not counting the DLC. The DLC is designed to be much harder than that. In comparison, if you side with Caesar, it's a fucking cakewalk. Hell, House getting killed off is one of the easiest things in the world. You just need to be quick. With a lot of mods, it really helps to be it really is easy to be quick. This mod increases your running speed by 10%. Yay! Have a high hack skill, you go down, and you kill House, all the robots stop. Do that early, but not before you get all the money for the bobbleheads. Not the bobbleheads, the snow globes. We're nearly an hour and a half in, by the way. Sometimes weapons, I know there are different playstyles and everything, but sometimes weapons, there's only a few places where they're really useful. The binoculars you get with the caravan perk. The pack, I should say. The only time they're ever good is south of Nipton with Boone after you've gotten them, and you're looking for a Legion party. The one that attacked Ranger Station Charlie. That's it. Beyond them, sell them. Get your own sniper rifle. Boone still counts. He gives you tons of perks while being a sniper. Cass is actually not all that useful because you only really get her mid-game, and you need to give her a hell of a weapon. That's assuming you don't want to sell her out to the Van Graffs, in which case she'll just be killed outright. My advice is, though, follow through her plot to not only promote yourself with the NCR, but also in the process afterwards so you can go and slaughter the Van Graffs and steal all their shit. There's tons of little pluses and little tweaks, and I fucking love it. I don't like, for example, however, the boomers. Getting around the boomer location takes forever because they're in an airbase and everything is all really far apart. I don't like how you have to do a bunch of little jobs for them and everything. The Sierra Madre is fine. It operates under its own rules. There's very little that you can interact with beyond bringing the skills in, and I actually really appreciate that. Mount Zion is really cool. I really like Mount Zion. But by the time you get there, your weapons are like paper compared to some of the enemies. grenade launchers, toggle god mode, and just go ta-dunk, 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 ta-dunk. That's usually the best one. Old World Blues, it's fine. It's not great. Oh, we're nearly out of Sentinel. We're gonna head now. Yeah, we're gonna head now into we're gonna head into the Alkir Desert, folks. The most bland of all. Also, the last province. Holy shit. On the other side of the Alkir Desert, as you can see on the map here, is Daggerfall. And from Daggerfall then to the south, where Holmes is right there, would be the start of the province of the Colovian Highlands. Shadenhall, not Shadenhall, Coral. From Oblivion. One thing you gotta love about Elder Scrolls games is that you could chart a map easily. But yeah, New Vegas is a very janky game in many ways, because once the rules are so firmly set at the start of it, if you know what you're doing, you will entirely gimp it. And you know what else? Another game that I noticed can do the exact same thing: Mass Effect, Dragon Age, and this one's important, Vampire the Masquerade. Difference is between all those and Vampire, Mass Effect is a part of a series, and Dragon Age is a part of a series. Ooh, we got ourselves a background change. But Vampire the Masquerade is only now a part of a series, with the second game coming out. You pass a trample circle in the whatever. So we're now in the Alkir Desert. The desert that devours men and beasts alike. It's kind of funny, because if I'm right, they took that mountain range from the Himalayas. A very not deserty place. Ruins of old Lefak's shack. Burning idol of Stendar. Oh, there was a burning idol of Mara earlier. The gentle star of Stendar. Mushtoon's Hall. The Berkeyer's graveyard. Whoa, there's a name. Mogandaton. Paul's Palace. Old Mugshi's Shack. The Dwarfen Guard Tavern. Cute. I don't know why I do that to New Vegas, that I put it into like such a robotic sort of dismemberment of the game. It does feel good to see, like, when you help out the NCR, for example, you actually get to see it in motion. Same in reverse with the Legion. Less so with New Vegas. Mr. House doesn't care about anything else but himself. completely south. Um... But no, I mean, like, I've noticed one thing about Fallout. They aren't afraid to, like, make villains into more sympathetic characters. Less so in the Elder Scrolls. In fact, I think Elder Scrolls really highlight just how stupid bad guys are. But not in the Fallout games. Caesar, for example, might actually work in this reality, as does Mr. House. 111 Army of Heaven, Gorbax. Speaking of House, because Gorbax is currently in the house. You missed Evan. Although that 4 hasn't changed, I guarantee you he came, looked at this and left. At any point, Gob, you want to leave, I will not hold it against you. This is more of a passion project for me. I want to make this shit happen. Why do I want to make this shit happen? Because I wanted to know. One thing I've not done in this game is you cannot travel any further. Nothing. I am running to a destination I set currently 1 hour and 36 minutes ago was from somewhere up here anyway. Manor. One of these manors, right? And it was and now I'm currently here. It's taking me 1 hour 36 so far. I've stopped. I've only twice used fast travel. No, sorry, I'm sorry, 3 times. And the reason for that was, once to get across the water, second to get across the water because I don't know how angles work, and the very first time I should actually say was because I was about to starve to death. This is the most interesting things that happened all night. A few people in the chat. A change in the background. Sometimes trees appear. Sometimes I walk through towns. It's happened twice now. There was a guy in the middle of a forest. I spilled some vodka and coke over my keyboard earlier. That was fun. And yeah. Haha! No, exactly. You have it down to a T, good sir. It is a venture for no other reason than the venture itself. Why not? Why not see what's on the other side of the hill? Why need a reason, a task to perform like a manual labourer, or worse, a pack animal? Are you not a creature of curiosity? Do you not want to see what next hill brings? Go forth, I say. Go forth and see what wonders await. Disappointed or not, none will ever say you did not do it. And yeah, the keyboard kind of sucked tits. It could be worse. I could be holding down my finger the whole time. I've got like a little bit of a weighted... I've got an old watch currently on my up key. You have to give them this credit though. The game might be sparse as fuck, barren, huge, ridiculously over huge. But there is enough to do when you really want to. If you just want to run from one end of the game to the other, you can do that. I'm doing it right now. I'm actually at the length of an average Hollywood film. Oh, and thank you, God. I can, next year, when I'm traveling on the buses across America and somebody says, "Why are you doing this?" I can quote that. Probably not word for word. But you see what I mean? Like, I want this game to be remastered because the basic is there, the framework is there. I want a game this big. It's just... look at it. I want stuff in it. It feels like the end of Yahtzee Crowshaw's first book, Mog. I suppose this is spoilers, but at the end of it, the main character, he gets turned into a single pixel and thrown into like the simple creation tool for a 3D graphic, and it's left there. He's sentient, but he has no comprehension, he has no means to interact with anything. There's nothing around him. And then the person just wanders off, the creator, who, by the way, is aware that Mog is in a game. And Mog is constantly screaming, "Delete me, delete me, delete me, delete me, delete me, delete me," over and over and over again on this endless void of nothing. And when the creator finally comes back and does something, he reboots the entire game. He creates the new one from scratch. The Mog is still screaming, "Delete me and delete me," over and over again. And you never know, by Mog standards, how long he's been there for. He could be there for 10 billion years. Or he could have been there for 5 minutes, you know? Imagine if my character just stopped and somehow made the text, "I don't want to do this anymore," appear on screen. Because at the end of this, by the way, I will see a sign that says, "You cannot pass any further." So I'm very curious to see how long that'll take. It's coming close to nearly 2 hours now. It's an hour 45. About a quarter of the way through the last one. The last one is the biggest. The Alkir Desert is fairly huge. Oh, and don't worry about Mog, it ends up pretty well for him. He gets rebooted a few times. Each time it's kind of like God saying, "I'm sorry, here you go," and then it's like, "This doesn't feel right," so he tries again and again and again. Eventually works out. Speaking of, he didn't, there's a lot to that character. It's a very good first try by Yahtzee. I think he made about 3 other books, so he's made 4 overall. He's currently in E3 right now, as in like literally in E3 doing stuff for The Escapist. He's also doing what is to date going to be clearly my most popular series, 12 games in 12 months. So every time he does that, I upload that shit, and last time I got about nearly 300 views. Sometimes I get less than double digits, so... Oh, when I actually play the game, you know, when I upload that shit. Which, Pre-Flight Panic was actually a really good game, just made on the fly. Oh, thank you, Garbax. I wasn't prepared for that. In all fairness, I kind of wish you haven't gave me a few minutes more. I wanted to grab a cup of tea or something, but I made it work. Saying that, I'm annoyed that it was Bethesda, because Bethesda let me down. These motherfuckers here let me down. They let me down quite hard. They're gonna let me down again. Oh, Angel City. Remember that shit. Yeah, Todd Howard coming out and saying all this bullshit about Fallout 76. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that they fixed it. But they fixed issues they made problems of themselves. There is really no other way around it. A lot of game studios do this. They intentionally take shit away from previous games that they know work, put in something that they think is fucking going to work, doesn't work, they apologize, put back in something and expect praise. I'm glad I came too. It was good stuff. Yeah, I absolutely, I was just there watching it with Evan, and no knowledge on Starfield, not even a little trailer, no knowledge at all on Fallout 6. Ooh, yawn. And at some point we'll hear Ragar Hole. Cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were a few games that did make me seem interested. Doom Eternal looks pretty cool. I'm glad that Doom Marine now actually gets to fight angels. They're making it more holy, more Kratos-y. Yeah, smash it and see what comes out. I think this E3, with the exception of... what do you call it? With the exception of Nintendo, was an utter train wreck. I'm not big into Nintendo, but I'm glad the fans are happy. The fans are going crazy over... I know Evan is going crazy over the Link, the new Link game. They've got Dragon Quest characters in... they got Dragon Quest characters going on in Smash. You know, things that don't matter to me. I mean, next year I won't have a gaming system at all. The best thing I can hope for, I keep saying this, the best thing I can hope for is that my laptop can, that I'm going to buy can play Stardew Valley. That's it. I like Stardew Valley. But I doubt I'll even be able to play, like, might be able to play Oblivion. But I mean, I won't be able to play anything older than Skyrim. I bet Skyrim's gonna look like shit. Don't get me wrong, again, I like Skyrim, but... And, you know, I won't have much choice in that matter, because I'm going to be driving about. I won't have time to game. So people coming around saying like, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Honestly, mate, I'm not paying attention. I liked the Cyberpunk with Keanu Reeves, but I won't get a chance to play it unless one of my people I actually visit, one of my friends, has Cyberpunk when I'm there. I won't get a chance to play Final Fantasy 7's remake. I won't have a chance to play any Nintendo game. I won't have a chance to play... Hell, if they had released a new Elder Scrolls, I wouldn't have had a chance to play that. You know, I'm going to be literally on a bus more than I'll be gaming. Whole days will be taken up with me just travelling from place to place, finding a location. And then I'm going to be walking around, seeing the sights, talking to people. And it's going to be pretty cool, but I mean, I won't have time for any of this shit. And you know what, it actually has made me open my eyes a little bit that, you know, it's such a waste of money. I mean, it's not a waste of money if you're getting enjoyment out of it. I am genuinely getting enjoyment out of me just getting that map out of the way. But I mean, oh my god, it is just... I am going to be so glad that I will not need to worry about this shit to a degree. Oh no, I'll have to put 60 aside here, I'll have to put 70 aside here. Oh, I won't. My Steam account's going nowhere. Neither is my Origins account or Epic Store account. And hell, why I don't promote it, if push comes to shove, there's always the Pirate Bay. GOG as well. Which is far more reputable. But I mean, like, my life is kicking me in the teeth and going like, you don't have the money for this anymore. The best I could hope for is a Switch. That is the genuine best of. And even then, oof, that is pushing it. I need to buy a Switch beforehand. And if I did, the first thing I'd get on it is Skyrim. For no other reason is when I'm on the Greyhound bus next year, I can kill 6 hours in Skyrim. Absolutely. And Stardew Valley as well. Oh, I'm not worried. It's just a bit of a eye-opener. And you know what else? Quite honestly, I've been getting older and older, like everyone else on the planet, but I've been getting less and less interested in gaming. Every year, the choice games... I remember one E3, I think I liked about 80 games on offer. 80... No, as in like 80% of the whole games. Which could very well have resulted in 80 games. Probably less than the whole total of games. But, like, I don't have the luxury of that anymore. I will be homeless. And it's going to suck. It's going to suck poop balls. Which is the best way of dealing with poop balls, by the way, because poop balls are tiny. You don't taste them as much. What you do taste, however, is 1 hour 54 minutes. Absolutely. I am so looking forward to this shit. I have been, for example, I'm only going to be in New York for 4 days on my first trip there, before I eventually end up back in New York for the flight back. And I gotta say, I absolutely I am loving the options in front of me. There's I might only spend about 4 days in that city, but for example, I want to walk the entirety of Manhattan Island. That's one thing I want to do. That's a 4-hour trip from one end to another. For me, it'll be a much longer one because I'm going to get sidetracked. But I'm going to go and grab the train right down to the edge near Battery Park and just start my day. I just don't want it to rain, that's all. Rain or snow, I mean it's going to be in January. And then when I'm off in Buffalo, I'd like to meet up with Jay Darkey and Marshall Manson and all them. I've got a good friend in Indianapolis. It's been a long time me meeting up with him. I've got my good friends in Omaha. I can't wait to meet them again. I've got my good friends in LA. I've got my cousin in LA. I have not seen him since he was 17. He went to work over in America. Very naughty of him. But he worked out. Ended up being a director on MTV. But he's offered me a bed for a few days. So my goal will be to get to New York, LA, then maybe up to Portland. Yeah. I want to go up to Portland to meet a friend of mine up there. Point is, I've got a lot of friends, but I've also got a lot of cities where I'm going to be on my own. And I'm looking forward to them too. I'm looking forward to see what those cities have to offer. I might spend some of them in a cheap ass bar, that's fine. I'll talk to the locals. I might end up with them in going on tours, especially if they're free. The point is, I won't have time to game. So this year you'll see me gaming. Probably for the last time. Especially if I sell this computer. This computer is on the way out. Which is fine. Because it did its job. But it is broken as fuck. I'm looking forward to selling it. Someone else will go at it with a fine-tooth comb, find what the problem is, and have a perfectly serviceable PC for the next 2 or 3 years. Same with my TV, my consoles, my treadmill. It's kind of scary though. You build up all this crap and you think that it's permanent, but then you're like, oh no, you're gonna like it. Ah! Holy shit! Holy fuck with speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. That's a fucking tiger was after me. I'm not fighting a fucking tiger. Hell, I couldn't even fight a tiger. I'd have had to stop running, bring out my weapon, and use that terrible fighting style of this game. Now you can say I'm running from a tiger. I'm not gonna die just when I'm only this far away from the end of the map. I mean, Jesus Christ. Cool, they brought a tiger out though. Considering Khajiits are a thing, I don't know. Like, do they want to, I mean, that tiger might very well be an actual sentient creature. In this game, it could be one of the more obscure Khajiit styles. I'd say we have about maybe 10 minutes left, unless there's a tiger attack. By the way, that proves it. This is stamina. This here is not. is not your health. There's one off the edge of the screen, I know it, but okay. Okay, so we're 2 minutes in. We're 2 minutes. Whoa, that'd be a bit faster than one. Yeah, we're 2 hours in. We're 2 hours in, folks. I've actually given you nearly 5 hours of content tonight, so be welcome. Oh, by the way, when the time finally happens that I do sell this computer, I am gonna have a big, sort of like a 12-hour bonanza send-off of all my games. Just so you know, it's gonna be a big event. Probably happening in November. I have to get the ticket first, and then I have to get the my phone or my laptop, and then I have to get my then I have to get my phone. Yeah, shit. And that's why anyone who's ever donated or may in the future donate will really help me out. But at the exact same time, it's not a requirement. I appreciate anything I may or may not got. Woo! Oh, right. Wait. How the fuck? There we are. Roger. I always felt sorry for the separatists, the Confederacy droids, the ones that look like chickens. They clearly had sentience. They just had no like, they were just designed to be like paper to show how important people are. Run to the hills. It's strange, no matter how much I run to the hills, they never seem to get any closer. They're either the biggest hills on the planet, which is not true because I've been to Skyrim and I can walk to the throat of the world quite easily. Actually, at this point, 2 hours in, I probably could have walked to one side of Skyrim and back, including battles along the way, not using the road systems. Hell, I probably could have done that in Oblivion. And Oblivion can be really tricky in the later levels, where the character's health is just increased rather than their ability to fight. So they just become big old sponges. And he ran so far away. There's a game I'd love to play before the end of all this. Vice City. When I'm over in the States, I'd love if someone were to go at my beard with some sort of like plaiting or beads or something. When I come back, I want to have this sort of like Viking S beard. I have a Viking beard now, but it's untouched. It's virginal, if you will. I've had plaits before, but... Oh, we're almost there, folks. Look at that. We're right at the end of it. Any second now, it'll tell me you can't go any further. And then that'll be the end of this. The end of this. There we are. There we are. Not even a you cannot run anymore this way. Look at that. Look at that. Now either my character refuses to go any further south, which is fucking stupid, because my character could then go back into Oblivion territory without the Oblivion Crisis, which is a very nice part of the world. Considering, however, it only took him a day to get from one side to another, not counting the ocean. No, I call bullshit. But you know what I don't call? This stream. Sure, it looks like shit. It's boring. I probably won't get a lot of views in it in future effort. But we are currently at 5 minutes... Well, oh shit. Alright, let's say... This is very dead reckoning, but... 2 hours and 5 minutes. That's how long this took me. The 5 minutes and then some, I imagine, will be hocked down for me to look at the map, or when I went fast traveling. But yeah, there I am. That's the whole game. And by the way, if you're wondering what that is, my background, the answer is always gorilla. It's always gorilla. Always. You thank Paul Zigo for that one. Yeah, so that's me. If I seem a bit out of it, it's because I am. I'm a good bit drunk. I'd say I'm about 50, even 60% drunk at this stage. I'm also feeling a bit tired. And I had just watched a character in a corner of a screen just constantly running. I do appreciate anyone who popped in though. I really do. I'm glad you guys were here. It would have been a very dull, alcohol or no, it would have been a very dull experience without you motherfuckers. So I want to say thank you. If you liked what I have done, well, you know what to do by now. Like this stream, share this stream, subscribe to this channel. We got the donation link down the corner. We have the PayPal both here and on my channel main page. It's called Keep Me From Starving. Weird choice considering the fact that's the one thing I always am able to not do, so I guess I'm lucky there. Join our Rabbit and join our Discord. You'll find all these links and my own email for this channel down below in the description. And Garbax, thank you very much for showing up. Thank you very much to every single person who showed up earlier. I do not hold it against them for leaving. This was more of an esoteric exercise. 2 hours at 5 times. Oh, shit. Gob, how good are you at math? Because I'm absolutely terrible. I need to now find, before I leave, I want to know. That took me 2 hours, let's just say. Let's round it off and say 2 hours. But I was travelling at 5 times the speed. So at 1 times the speed, how long would have that taken me? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 hours? Would it have taken me 10 hours to get from one side of the map to the other? Because that doesn't make sense to me, but that's where my mind immediately went to. I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. It's fair enough. Whoop, bloop, bloop. There. Keep it real. Alright, so 10 hours. Yeah. God, my eyes. I look like a Tim Burton character. One of the crappier ones. The one with the dead bride, maybe. Anyway, yeah. So, I already said it, so that's it. I will be back Friday to, technically tomorrow, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, to, what I already said earlier, but I have the rest of Metallica, the actual Metallica footage to upload. I'm going to do an hour on this thing, and 2 games, so it's going to be a lot on Friday. But for now, I am out of here. See you all again soon. Thank you so much for watching. I have had a very good day. But it's time to leave, so goodbye.